Thank you. Dr. Hammer?
Yes, I'm Ed Hammer. I'm a professor of pediatrics in the Department of Pediatrics, School of Medicine, Texas Tech Health Science Center at Amarillo. I've held that appointment for 27 years. My job is to train physicians to work with persons with disabilities. But beyond that, I'll try to work with resources to make the system work. This last day and a half has been very educational for me. I realize that what I really want to testify for today is to offer to help HHSC. They seem to have layers and layers and layers of problems, and I'd like for them to be proactive rather than reactive. In particular, my specialty is in the area of disability, and I would really like for the people who work within HHSC to understand that underneath that label and that diagnosis, there's a person. My fear is that persons with disabilities have become a cost point, and that having their file in compliance is more important than what happens to that person. I wish that Texas would come into the 21st century and understand that we have new advances in research on brain development and brain use that is not being filtered down into the daily work with people with disabilities. We need to do something about that. We need to move away from having institutions that become mini institutions, small institutions, and who simply hold that person. And that's what I see happening in Texas. We are beginning to understand the neurology, the neuroscience of disability. And I'd like to help HHSC or the legislature or anybody who's interested understand how we can begin to apply the knowledge that is emerging in neuroscience. I wish Representative Sims were here. I would give him a word called ipsilateral that answers the question he made yesterday about to the man from TEA. We need to understand that we're moving away from the 19th century approach of using assessment for prediction of outcome. Bob Kafka is right. We need to move to assessment as description of potentials. We need to change the way that we look at this person over the entire lifespan instead of slicing services into age groups or grade levels or socioeconomic areas or whatever those designations are. It takes some new thinking, but it's out there. And what hurts me is we're not using it in Texas.